Alright, we're live. Let's just get some sample distancing. Ruben?
What's up?
How we doing?
I'm good.
Let's get some quick sound bites for the audience.
I am good. This is my normal speaking voice.
Mm-hmm.
Camera's further away than normal though.
Yeah, let's
The
take
camera
it
won't be
in.
this far away. And it's going to be lower too. The camera's not going to be that high. You have your tripod?
No T-Bud.
So the camera's going to be lower then because we're going to have to rest it
On some kind of bench.
Probably.
Alright, just keep talking.
Normal speaking voice. So I think that pets offer an interesting topic for 501. Sort of a mise en place. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means.
Because it's falling from a decent altitude. Oh, gee, dude, it's raining. I might want to put the camera down.
Terrible for that guy.
For that guy?
Just like reached in the trash can and took a sip from something.
Realistically, like, you could drink a lot of... We're jogging stuff. It's cool.
Jogging with the dog. I hate jogging.
You hate jogging?
I hate running.
Yeah, you're not a big runner.
Despise it. I'll only do it if I'm like chasing after the ball or something. I'll never just choose to run.
Just for the hell of it?
No, I hate that. It hurts my knees and my shins. Get shin splints.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Like, nope, this is not for me.
Oh, we're live?
We're live? Is the mic on?
Are you going shirtless for this?
Yeah, I'm sure this right now.
Were you planning on
This is sort of just like opening banter.
opening monologue?
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my shirt though. Also, I brought kind words.
Let's just talk normally, see how the audio comes out.
Yeah. A little testing.
Testing.
Testing. Stop trying to smooth. It's not that it's smooth. His shirt is
Ironing it out.
It's not how that works.
Making sure we're ready to go. Alright, I'm gonna hit record.
Is that right?
Yeah, because you can't see them right now.
You can't see either of those?
No.
Okay. Right.
Imagine if they were both peeking in a little bit the whole time. That'd be like the dog shit. Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's just establish the order.
Yeah. Sleep. And then.
You're gonna take the lead on that one.
So maybe not.
We come at animals, pets.
Yeah, come on, pets. Come on, pets.
Heavy stats.
You got a lot of stats.
Better stats.
Alright, let's come out with pets. And then
Get the heavens above, floors below.
Get that quickly out of the way.
Top ourselves off with that.
Exploration, a middle topic. End with sleep. Good substance on sleep.
Yeah.
And then maybe a guest.
Definitely a guest.
Okay, hopefully a guest.
No question about the guest. It's just which segment do we want the guest for?
Well, it could also be like a fourth guest segment.
Just random.
Well, I mean, like the very first guest segment we did was a meta-internal podcast. We could do that again.
We're gonna run long because we got realistically 10 minutes of banter up front.
So then maybe no guest. Potentially no guest. We'll fit the guest into one of the topics, I guess. So the last one, sleep. That's good. That's a good one.
How much do you sleep?
Yeah, that's easy. Everyone can talk about their sleep.
Or maybe heavens above, because we have nothing for that.
Exploration?
What do you think about it?
Good.
That's gonna be the weakest segment we've done yet.
Well, no, I have stuff about like Bidwell and Chicago and Chico. I keep calling it Chicago. It's like second time I've done that. Freudian slip over here. Thought about Bay.
Yeet. No, it's just like good, like 21st century texting, like procedure and courtesy and etiquette.
No periods anymore.
No, they're gone. Because the period is so formal. It's like, all right, this is the end of my thought, as opposed to, all right, continue my thought.
Let it flow.
Take of it what you will.
This is good banter.
This is great, man, dude.
This is more natural.
This is a renewable source. Riff banter.
The well never runs dry.
It's running deep. Now, if we could just hop on the internet.
We got lost in the. Oh, also we got
the
the
banner.
whole discussion on the film, which can't be in the actual podcast. 'Cause she'll see it.
No question about it.
Yeah.
You're the editor.
Yeah.
Snip, snip. Hope you got your own back there.
Some conscious cuts.
Let's just reboot this whole.
Yeah, definitely. Is that fart? Is that gas?
That was confirmed gas.
Thanks for waiting to get up from the table to do that. Oh, baby. Chico.
5.
Oh!
1, and we're back.
Episode 3.
Trace. I like that.
Yeah.
From sunny California.
Northern California.
Chico, NorCal, right?
NorCal.
I thought it was NoCal, like no-ho, so-ho.
That's what I originally thought as well.
You were corrected.
They call it SoCal, too. Not...
Yeah.
So...
It's not soft Cal.
That's hard to pronounce the... that U.
Yeah, you kind of want to...
Yeah.
It's a silent U.
Should have thought of that one before the...
Could be SoCal.
Press record.
Chef.
Yeah. Oh, boy. The phone's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay.
Well, I want to see,
Okay, fine.
What do you think?
That's something in my eye. I got it. Okay.
So we're in Lower Bidwell Park
Yes.
in Chico, California.
13th largest municipal park in the nation. But split between lower and upper. Lower is more, I think, what you would envision when you think of park.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a nice pool here called the Sycamore Pool. This area is known as 1 Mile. And then Upper Bidwell Park is more terrain. People go with their mountain bikes. There's swimming holes, but it's more of like backcountry. I mean, there's trails, but it's still. It's definitely there's less. Not benches.
Back to nature.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's a little more urban feel to it.
Yeah, this is more like what you use park. Benches, roads.
Walk in the park.
Walk.
Maybe a ride in the park.
I mean, it's not Central Park, but a ride in the park. Yeah, bike ride.
Speaking of, it's time to be a little bit honest with our audience at home.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So I had my bike stolen earlier this morning.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. It
you
sucks.
Really do.
Yeah, so that's just unfortunate and everything that comes along with it. But it's interesting though when things get stolen, things of value. It's honestly less about. I mean, it's less about like it being taken by another person, because like I know that there's like shitty people who like do those things, but
people do that.
Like I get that.
That's reality.
It's just the annoyance, and like now I have to like to get back to what I love doing, which is biking. I have to now go get another bike and spend the money on it and reconcile the situation with the bike that I was using.
Well, let's bring them up to speed on that. It's not really your bike.
Not really my bike. I was sort of renting it for the semester.
Kind of lease situation.
So now I gotta get a new bike and just money.
Logistics.
All the logistics and all the logistics that I had ironed out, that had been taken care of.
You were all squared away.
I was all squared away.
You dealt with the situation. You were live.
I was rolling on my wheels.
2 wheels.
2 wheels.
Tale of 2 wheels.
It was a tale of 2 wheels. Harken back to a blog often overlooked. Once upon a time. My Fair Lady. Yeah, so the bike situation's a damper. But Ira and I still capitalized. He's visiting me here.
I'm on tour.
For the semester, he's on tour. Ira, talk about your westward expansion.
Yeah, so this is basically my last hurrah before I enter corporate America and maybe never return.
Oh,
That's
no.
a high probability.
Sad.
People go in, they don't come out.
No, they don't.
I mean, they do. They get out.
The gates of the world.
It's tough, because once you're in, they got the squeeze on you. You know, first of all, you got the money coming in. It's tough to say goodbye to that, and then gaps on the resume don't look too good. You know, you got the whole. Sometimes I wonder how much of it is on design. Like, the student loans and the mortgages, and by the time you're financially secure, oh, you got 2 kids, third's on the way, you're not going anywhere. And then by the time you can finally spread your wings, it's like your wings aren't really what they used to be, you know. And it keeps people in line, maybe.
Very much so.
Sometimes I think that, but I don't.
A lot of comforts, though. A lot of comfort
from the money.
Yeah, and from the money and from those traditional things that most people have. The home and the family. Yeah.
Here's everything we value.
Yeah.
So but are they all mutually exclusive? Could we, you know, maybe have a little more time and a little more money without, you know,
definitely
people starving.
Certainly.
I don't know. But anyway, I'm staring down the barrel of 70 years and a desk job.
So we decided to go west.
I'm going west first. Peace out, you know. I think it was the right call.
Yeah.
2 weeks in, yeah. So I was in Milwaukee, Chicago, San Francisco, Oakland, Gwynda, California on the chicken farm. I wanted to like really work with the animals and maybe kill a bird to see if I could do it.
Ooh. Plant-based, of course.
I'm all right, so correction.
Whoa.
No, I'm still what I used to be, but I'm apparently not plant-based.
Okay.
Because if you eat eggs or milk,
not plant-based.
That's not plant-based.
Yeah, they don't come from plants.
I mean, almond milk and
cashew milk. Any other nut that they somehow managed to milk.
Yeah, if I had like maybe some elderberries, eggs.
Is that a thing? You never heard of that?
I was trying to think of like a non-plant-based egg. Is that a thing?
No.
It could be though. They're making a lot of things in labs.
They're making it in the labs.
I will jump into that.
The Impossible Burger?
I heard about that, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Did you send that to me? Or we saw it independently?
I think we saw it independently. That was big in the news.
Ooh. All right. So our banter is supposed to come to a
halt.
We're trying to limit our banter because I was just getting into it.
Yeah. Just had to launch in on that.
I could have really kept bantering.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's wrap up that thought. Impossible Burger. Yeah, in Rhode Island. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would definitely delve
fake patty
head first into that.
And it tastes apparently just like a real patty. One of the coolest things I saw in one of those videos that like really made me believe in it was that like for like a hamburger they were replicating like ground beef, and then also like when you look at a burger, like you'll see like there's like pearly spots or spots where there's like fat and other parts of it. It's not just like a red, you know, it's not a cartoon
solid
red. Right. Which is like how a lot of these first started. They didn't, of course, look hyper realistic, but now that they're getting more realistic, one thing I noticed, a detail that I liked, is that they were putting like little chunks of coconut oil, like because it forms like fatty, like into the patty. Fatty in the patty.
Fatty in the patty.
It rhymes, so you know it's good. And they would, when they would fry them up, you know, the coconut fat would like melt with it.
Congeal.
Yeah. And that oil just like worked really well for the patty, both in terms of the flavor and what it burns at. Like it's the right burning point, so it's not getting crisped too early, like olive oil or something like that. It's like, you know, coconut oil is better.
It's the real deal.
Like coconut
genuinely replicates. How meat would
it's cool.
Look and taste and behave.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. I like the way they tied the coconuts in. I'm also a big coconut fan. A little coconuts.
So speaking of coconut, apparently, I don't know if this is 100% true, but most of them come from the Philippines or like Southeast Asia.
Young coconut.
Like,
that's the
that's
term.
the brand.
I know it sounds a little young coconut. Oh, get her. Oh, I was gonna be like,
tell me less.
Tell me less. Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more. That's coming at it from a different angle. Yeah, no, that's a Thai, like, young coconut. They're the sweetest. There's not that much water in there.
Well, whatever's left.
Water break.
I had to spot it. You gotta stay hydrated in California. There's not much water, so...
It's hot. They say hydrate or dihydrate out here. I've heard that a lot.
I heard about climate change. We're gonna...
I didn't hear about that out here.
We're gonna fight climate change or die frying. Something like that.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that
I
too.
like that. We're all gonna fry, definitely.
One way or the other.
One way or another.
But coconuts, Philippines, it's like,
Yeah, I'm coconut.
I used to really want to only eat local food.
Yeah.
But now that I'm realizing, like, they don't have mangoes in Jersey. They don't have coconuts in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have kiwi in California. Maybe
No.
they do, I don't know. Probably not, though.
Probably not.
So, like, if you want a diverse diet with different fruits and vegetables and, like, different,
Yeah.
you know, like,
No, you're gonna.
can't really
The
do
gas has to be spent to get it from one place to another.
Like, you can mitigate it
Sure.
with the farmer's market. That'll
Right.
keep you local.
Right.
But you're only going to see so much at that market. Good stuff. Great product.
Oh, great product.
I was
Good
on
prices.
the farm. I was on the farm for
Good prices.
5.
Decent prices. Not as good as they once were. As they once were.
I mean, great product, but
Oh, certainly
you're
great
gonna
product.
pay for that premium.
You're gonna pay for premium product.
That's what I do. I mean, I would see another way. Like, there's no free lunch. There's no cheap strawberries at the farmer's market.
Definitely.
You pony up for that.
Agreed.
But I think it's worth it. You know, you either pay for it in your food or your health bills later down the road. So
That is
pay
definitely.
for my food.
Definitely rather pay for the food.
Some people think it's a meme. It's like organic is just a way to soak and greenwash the public. And I think there are problems with organic. The
Right.
label, it's not 100%. Apparently, a lot of the food at the farmer's market is organic, but it's not certified organic.
Right, but that's the big thing. It's like they found the loophole.
Yeah.
Everyone wants organic. It's all organic.
It's all
But it's
organic.
not certified organic.
So it's like a little interesting. I don't even
A
know.
little deceptive.
Yeah, it's a little bait and switch.
A little bait and switch. They do a
But-
little bit of the bait and switch on that.
Apparently, the FDA has some problems.
Oh, you definitely have some problem.
That could be a whole separate.
That's a podcast and a half right there.
But with that being said, should we jump into it?
Jump in, first topic.
Let's reset the clock because we're already over on the banter. We were going to limit ourselves to 5 minutes of banter.
Were we?
Episode trace.
Episode trace. Topic 1. That's what I meant to say.
Let's top ourselves off. We are talking about pets.
Pets.
Now, I always thought pets were just like something your family had or didn't have. It's not really a big deal.
Usually a dog.
Usually, a lot of cats in this country too. More
of
cats than dogs.
More cats than dogs.
Believe it or not. Now, more families have dogs. But it's interesting, the classic cat meme lady
Yeah.
with 15 cats, that's a real thing. Like,
How many of those
the
are
people who have cats, apparently. Not like all of them, of course. But, no, this is the real deal. So, like,
there? A lot of cats.
a lot of cats. 160 million cats and dogs in this country.
160 million cats and dogs?
It almost sounds weird when you say back to
160
It's like
million.
half of the U.S. population.
Yeah.
And $70 billion goes towards pet food and pet activity. 20% of climate,
Yeah.
like, energy for food is going towards.
And neither
pet
of us
food.
had pets.
Never had a pet. I had a goldfish briefly.
I had a hamster. Parents had a python named Monty.
No,
True
people
story.
get great with pet names.
Pet names. Oh, I mean that's definitely one of the best.
Because you can't really play around with your kid's name too much. Like, you don't want to name your kid Monty Python.
Yeah, that might be a lot.
There was a kid in my high school. His last name was Green,
Hmm.
and his parents named him Forrest Wood. So he was Forrest Wood Green. Interesting.
I mean, Forrest like works as a first name. It's a first name.
Great first name.
I like it as a first name, but
Forrest
Wood,
Wood Green.
and then Green. It's like,
You were really painting a picture there.
most of he hates the outdoors. Just like
You'd hate to see that. Let me
not-
just time us so we don't go over.
not the ideal.
We're pretty good at that. Anyway,
You
so
want to get back to the cost? We're talking cost.
pets, $70 billion. Apparently, we are really treating our pets like members of the family. 90% of families consider their dog a member.
Yeah,
Represent.
for sure.
And you can treat them like royalty.
Mm.
They've got all sorts of different services for pets. So here are a couple There's something called nudical implants.
Oh, I think I've heard of the nudicles.
It's like when you neuter them, you don't want them to look scarred, so you get
Right.
implants. I think Kim Kardashian got her dog done,
Yeah.
and it was a huge deal.
You get your dog done.
And it looks.
The phrase of that is like, oh my god. What kind of society?
Is that wrong?
What kind of society?
No,
are
but
we
it's
living
true. 500,000 animals have
Oh,
nudical
God.
implants. 500 million dogs on the planet.
in? Nudicles.
And here's how we're treating our pets. So
Like, we
pets.
shouldn't be chopping off the nuts in the first.
Well, let's talk about that neutering.
Yeah.
It's for our own convenience, because they will be sexually charged,
Yeah, they'll be ravenous.
driven.
They'll be
They will not stop at anything.
They'd be like men.
What would that be?
Yo tenía uno y era peor.
Oh my god. Oh boy.
So with that being said, we don't want to
We
deal
don't
with
want that.
that.
No.
Definitely don't want
Yikes.
that. Not from the dog or the cat. So we neuter them or we spay the women, which is complex. It's like taking out the ovaries and the uterus,
Yeah.
and it's not so
Like,
easy.
not with the men, it's a little more of a snip.
Yeah, it's a snipper, and apparently, like, they get over it.
Yeah.
But
Not too hot to try.
I'm sure it's inconvenient.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, it's a little freer down there.
Lost some weight. So I don't know. Is that wrong? Like
It's a
sexuality.
squirrel behind the camera.
We could definitely pan for that, but I wouldn't trust myself to get us perfectly back in the frame.
That's okay.
We'll get them later.
There's always
The
another squirrel.
woodpeckers are pecking. Maybe not right now, but we were getting
Pelted.
pelted by the peckers. Because the chestnuts.
Not
will
everything
fall.
has to be an innuendo, also.
Well, we're talking about neutering.
Yeah, I guess that's.
We're trying to stay on topic.
Okay,
let's stay on topic. Let's at least get somewhere in this analysis. So,
Make some room on pets.
so yeah, is that our right? Like, obviously it's common practice, and there are good reasons to do it. Like, having a pet would not really be feasible otherwise. Like, the pets will literally run away, get out, and do what they have to do to, stay active.
Yeah.
So
Versus.
in the construct of having a pet, it's necessary, but it's like we're playing with their sexuality.
Yeah. Why do we feel we get to do this? Who are they? You know.
We don't
Especially
do that
because
to each other.
we don't do that to
Not yet.
And I don't know if this is the case, but like, would like vegans who have pets like?
Yeah, so that's not.
But then I'm also always, I'm always looking for. I always want to play like the who's being the hypocrite role, but
Yeah.
that's not always the right. Just think about it in general. Pet ownership. I mean, it seems to bring happiness to both the pet and the person. I mean, assuming the relationship is good, like they're well taken care of, they have their nudicles, so they don't feel ashamed.
Everybody's. Okay, well, all right, let's talk about the benefits. So,
Give me, You could also give me more of the similar to the nudicles.
oh yeah,
You had some other things people are getting their pets.
these are just like some of them are serious, but some of them are kind of funny. So like pets are now getting cancer treatment, hip replacements, sex changes. They're trans dogs. There's grooming, $300 an hour to get your dog groomed.
$300 an hour.
Podicures, yoga for dogs called Doga. You can get your dog sweaters and tuxes, gluten-free food, alcohol, cannabis, and even puppy Prozac.
Alcohol.
Puppy Prozac is
Puppy Prozac.
If your dog is a little south of their old charming,
A little
ways,
sad dog.
pump them up a little bit.
That's
So
so sad.
We're treating them like humans.
But that's
They're part of the
But
family.
they're not.
Yeah,
They're not.
They're
Definitely not.
different species, and we can't. I don't know if I feel comfortable really treating them like one of us. Like they deserve love.
Have to blow the nose.
And
a little
respect. That's fine. Same.
bit. Yeah.
But like when
I
we
know.
project our human values onto them,
It's too far.
it's okay. Sometimes
Well,
there's overlap.
Not always too
Yeah.
far, but
Oftentimes, I would say.
I mean,
But-
losing a dog is like people
Yeah.
equate it to losing like a son.
Member of the family.
Member of the family.
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah.
So people will pay $12,000 for that cancer treatment or
Total.
Whatever
They'll
it
pay
is.
whatever you need.
whatever they got. So
It's heartbreaking. Though.
yeah,
It's like you're only adding more Well, that's the thing, but everyone gets the choice. But they don't get the choice. The pets don't get the choice.
Pets don't have much of a say.
The pets have no say.
So a vegan would say they're individuals, they should be treated like we treat each other. I think a lot of vegans would say these animals should be back in nature. They shouldn't be in homes, locked up.
But I've also met some vegans who like don't even think about it from like that approach of animals. They're just like, oh, meat's unhealthy. Like I'd rather just eat plants.
No, but vegans would also, as their ideology is trying to spread respect to animals, pet
Definitely
ownership
most, yeah.
becomes part of that.
Right, yeah, no, it does.
I think that's the next step of like veganism is like, all right, it's time to close these zoos and get these animals out of our houses.
And that's what PETA's been trying to do for years.
Who?
PETA.
Oh, is that
The People's...
Institute of Technology?
That is not... I don't know exactly what it stands for, but PETA is like the people who are always trying to protect animals.
It's like the ASPCA.
Yeah, they boycott fur coats, and they, lobby at zoos, try to get them closed, all that sort of stuff. Which I respect in some ways. I mean, who are we to keep these animals as pets, entertainment, loved ones? Just because you're treating it as a loved one, it's like tearing it away from its family in some ways, or you're genetically breeding, you're creating
More of them.
more of them. It's
sale
like
and-
human clone. Like when we were doing, if we're doing it with the humans, no question it'd be wrong. There's no question people would be like, no, that's wrong.
Breeding for certain aspects.
I mean, that's like science fiction.
I want the purple eyes and the
Yeah,
the hair that
it's like
grows
Black
up.
Mirror. They're changing genetic code for.
You can clone your dog now. I think it's $25,000 to clone a cat, $50,000 for dogs. Clone it. Have 2 of them. But like Barbara Streisand said, you can't clone a soul.
Is that what she said?
About a dog. I think she had a dog clone. Something. It was either Barbara Streisand or
I mean, that's true.
yeah. It's gonna be a different
It's gonna
environment.
be a
It's not
different-
gonna be identical
It's
circumstances.
gonna be a
with
different dog.
identical
Yeah,
genes.
different dog. Same looks the same as different dog.
Yeah.
They'll get it to look the same. It's like the same with the burger. But people were like, oh, it's not going to taste the same. And now it might kind of taste the same.
Eventually, maybe they can replicate your history, and then it would be identical.
That's whoa, man.
Yeah.
That's a little too. Hey, man.
That's
Hey,
real
hey, man. Hey, man.
That's the line.
Yeah, that's the line.
But let's tie it back to the pets.
Yeah. It's been
So-
a long digression.
How we doing on time? All right, we're good.
Keep pushing.
So it's like, are pets wrong? I think is the real like.
Yeah. Our
Is
pets are
this?
And do we want to just draw the line at pets, or do we want to actually break it down by pet?
Yes,
Then
pets,
that's
yes.
impossible. Birds versus dogs versus cats. What about hamsters? Snakes?
Mm-hmm.
What about using like other dead pets to feed your pet? Like,
That happens.
yeah, friend's mouse died. Fed it to his fed it to his pet snake.
Cat's ready to go.
Yeah, catch.
Cat and mouse.
Here's a meal, Hector. Here's Hector. That's
Yeah.
horrible. Think about it. Though.
But like on the flip side, people love their dogs.
Right, the
That's
connection
like-
and
that's
the thing they
genuine.
get from it, yeah,
That's what everyone like.
wants
Yeah.
and deserves. I mean, man's best friend. Twain said that, man, about his dog.
So it's weird to me. It's like there's actual beauty there, but there's also like a lot of conflicts going on.
Right.
First of all, would these animals, if they had a choice to be domesticated or wild, what would they pick?
Right. Yeah.
First of all, you can't be both.
Right, you
It's
can't
either
be-
you're bred,
Right.
like you raise one way or the
yeah,
other.
yeah. No, you can't be both. Would wolves rather be wolves?
Or maybe they want to be house dogs.
Yeah, but they're cool. But I mean,
Chilling in the house.
I mean, you think about it. That's the thing. People think about it from our. People only think about it from. It's the problem of other minds. Like we can't possibly imagine it from their perspective. Like maybe they like the adventure of being outside and not knowing where the next meal is coming from, or maybe
Maybe.
they like soft, cozy.
Cuddle up.
Go
on
home.
the fire.
A home front.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
Gibble's coming every day.
If I got 3 square meals,
Oh man,
free lodging.
that's what Eisenhower said about prison, though. He was like, if you want 3 square meals and housing, you should go to jail.
Well, maybe that's
Maybe,
a mixed blessing.
maybe. I don't want to be locked up.
Yeah.
Just to get.
But if
food.
the alternative is nature, we always say like nature's a beautiful thing. It is.
No,
But
but
it's also brutal.
yeah, no. I mean, there's a chance you won't survive. If you're a dog, you'll live until however long you're supposed to live for, if not longer. I mean, than wild animal outside, unless you're one of the dominant wild animals
On top of the heat.
Yeah,
But even that can only last so long because
you get
young Simba's coming out.
We've all seen the Lion King.
We know what happens.
We know what happens.
Eat or be eaten.
Eat or be eaten. That's
Eat or be yeeted.
oh, be yeeted. Oh, be eaten.
Yeeted.
The young
I like that.
kids these days with their slang.
Kids these days, they're brutally honest.
Very honest.
We just had a encounter with a young human.
Young pup by the pool.
He was charming and friendly, and then he said Ruben was more attractive than me. He just said that right to our faces.
To our faces. It was like, oh. I said I'll take it.
No reason not to. If you're Ruben. I'll take it too.
It's a layup.
It's right there.
It's in the red right there.
But yeah, kids these days.
Kids these days. So that was a nice little tangent though. But pets, we feel. What kind of pets you got more to say? You got more stats on pets?
I got a lot of stats on
I'll
pets.
delve
I
back
went
into pets.
heavy on
I mean, I remember my hamster from when I was younger, and he'd be fun, but he was nocturnal, so it was like I would come home from school and he was sleeping, and I'd be going to bed and he's waking up. Not much I could do. I mean, his name was Mr. Hammy. I mean, that was cute. I liked when my dad would give him baths and his hair would be wet. I'd tickle his head.
Mm-hmm.
It was cute, but I deserved it. I have a hamster. What was it? I don't even. Hamsters are like from like, parts of Africa, parts of New Guinea.
City boys here.
I don't know where. They're definitely not from New York.
Confirmed.
Definitely not from New York. I don't see no hamsters. This is rats. Fat cat rats.
That was my pet growing up.
Fat rat.
All over the house. They came and went. So
Yeah, they came. Pets.
Maybe they got out of your apartment.
The roaches.
Cuban cockroaches, they can fly. Savages. My dad would kill them with the magazine.
Well, that's also interesting. Pets versus pests. I mean, that's a big.
Where do we draw the line? Maybe
And it's not just because it sounds good, okay?
no, but it's
It
genuine
does sound
content.
good, yeah. It sounds good, though. Pets versus pests.
Yeah,
What's
where
a-
do we
what's
draw
a
the
pet?
line
What's a
between
pest?
what will I eat versus what will I love and be companion with? Yeah. So
Or should we not eat any? Or should we not love any?
I'm not eating any at the moment. I'm eating eggs though, and I'm drinking milk, and that comes from animals.
It's true.
I experienced that firsthand.
It's a byproduct. Side product. It's not the main product. It's not meat. It's not meat. It's not flesh.
It's not flesh.
It's not flesh.
But you got to take that egg from that chicken.
Don't
That's like that's the chicken's egg.
I
That
thought
she
they're like
laid.
unfertilized. Yeah, but then they need to be fertilized by the rooster, right?
So I'm a little unclear on this.
We're down the farm,
I was
man.
on the farm the whole week.
You're my farm plug.
I know. I want to look this up. I'll have this for next time. I think the roosters like fertilize the chickens,
Oh, who passed it on to the egg?
and then that is fertilized, and then they lay the egg, and then the hens will like sit on it
Oh,
and
keep
incubate
it warm.
until the chicks are ready to hatch.
Ah,
I think that's how it works.
I thought it was
Can't
they
confirm.
laid the egg and then the rooster comes.
I thought that too, and it might still be the case.
He does it a little bit.
He's not neutered.
He's doing something. He's not neutered.
Tell you that
No,
much.
that cocks up in the morning. Rooster.
It's the first thing up in the morning. I'm sleeping, but
I gotta blow my nose again. What's up?
all right. %12 of people prefer their pets to their partners. 9% of people prefer their pets to their kids, and 24% of people prefer their pets to their best friends. Like, that's companionship. They're also like very, we gotta move on soon. Highly valued for like older people who maybe their kids are moved out, spouse is dead. Like, who do they have? They've got their pets. They can take care of them. It gives them meaning and
Yeah,
purpose.
I mean, it will always have those benefits.
There's a lot of good things about pets. A lot of questionable things too.
Right. There's just there's things that oftentimes aren't even considered when getting a pet, which should be considered by someone who's taking ownership of something's life for a period of time.
A lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility. Great power.
Great responsibility.
Moving on to topic number 2.
Should we push? Yeah, I'm gonna reset the clock.
That's a good idea. I thought that was good content on pets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of laughing.
A lot of
good side digression.
Yeah, but we tied it. All right.
Definitely some helter-skelter conversation, but
We definitely introduced some.
new legislation.
Next topic.
Next topic.
This is my personal topic.
He was harping on it all week.
I really took a hard stance on it, and I wasn't going to take no for an answer.
Insisted.
And if I'm being honest, I didn't do a whole lot of research, but
Very responsible.
that's okay, because we're going to talk about it and see where it goes. If it flops, it flops.
I don't think it'll flop.
I think we'll be all right. So the topic is heavens above and floors below. Originally, the idea is exploration of the cosmos, deep oceans, any kind of exploration. And we can go with that where we will.
Yeah.
But the main stat I have
It's concerning NASA.
NASA. Let's start with space.
Start with the heavens above.
Heavens above. NASA is our only government real
Yeah.
agency for space exploration.
Right.
They get $19.3 billion a year, which sounds substantial.
That is.
It is substantial.
I could use that.
I take a chunk and just a piece of it. Really.
Yeah, just give me a little piece.
Tie me over for the rest of my tour. But you think about the general budget of the U.S., $3.5 trillion. So it's
3.5 trillion
doll hairs.
doll hairs, and it's how much for NASA? 19.4.
19.3 billion. So it's 0.5% roughly of our national spending, which is not much. When
Right.
you think about it that way.
Right, when you think about it that way, but that's
Maybe it's adequate.
yeah, it might be adequate.
So
I mean, it's not the Cold War. It's not racing to get to the moon. Also, what was it even race about? Show strength.
and
Stupid
dominance.
race. Stupid
It's a
men.
huge flex of
Yeah.
who can flex harder without starving their people. And I think we won.
America won.
We won that one.
America won, but they came back hard. They went a little more covert.
Now they're a little more low key.
It's feeling chilly and Chico. Okay, but digression.
So, all right. So exploration, is that what we should be doing right now?
And should it be government funded? I mean, there's a lot of private sector stuff,
A little bit of private sector. There's SpaceX.
Richard Branson also has that stuff.
He's dabbling, but I think
Isn't Bezos getting into it a little bit too?
his
Interested.
curiosity is
He's
peaked.
He's interested.
Wedded, I would say. I don't know if he's
Wedded.
full throttle.
His appetite has been wet.
He's definitely tinkering.
He's tinkering.
But I wouldn't say there's a huge sector,
Not yet.
agriculture, energy.
Well, what's the goal? Are we looking? We're looking. I mean, if it's NASA's goal, which is, I think, to continue to explore, to try to understand the world around us and the atmosphere, both in terms of science and under our understanding of physics and crazy
Climate science,
astronomy.
astronomy.
I'm not the science guy.
I'm
Not really, a little bit more of the science guy.
I'll dabble.
Or is it just about finding another species? I mean, not finding finding another species, or about finding another planet that we can live on after we effectively doom Earth,
Bounce. Well,
or bounce because the sun has.
apparently we have a few billion
Yeah,
years.
we got some time on the sun. I'm not so concerned about the sun.
No, apparently the sun will get so hot that the oceans will boil before the sun explodes.
Before the sun explodes.
So that'll be our more pressing
Yeah,
problem. That's a few 100 million years.
Well, listen, you won't have to put up the kettle for tea.
You're gonna have a little trouble cooling that cup down.
I have a feeling you'll be drinking a lot more tea.
Just be
A lot of
diffused
tea.
through the air.
A lot of tea.
A lot of tea content in the atmosphere.
Ah, viejo chulo.
Oh my goodness.
But we're gonna want to explore maybe, because we might have to bounce. That's the one
Right.
reason.
So-
The other reason is science. Like the more.
Para que veas
more
que
we
yo
know.
soy tu sobrino, mira.
So apparently
Mira,
NASA's a
mira,
little
mira.
sneaky with
What
how they
they-
spend their money, because the government gives them money for like, all right, we need this done for
Ahí voy
this particular reason,
representándote
that's
bien.
political, and we'll give you money.
Sí,
They're
eso
like,
que ni que-
okay, and they sneak like, oh, we need this research done to do that, or that, you know, they'll just weasel it in there because they're not going to get the straight funding.
Right.
Así es. Mira,
So I think that's sad that like
mira qué chulada tengo aquí.
scientifically we're not valuing this exploration or
Right.
new information.
No, it's still about how is it convenient. Which makes sense because everybody's paying for it, right?
paying for it at the pump.
At the pump of space.
We're at the
Space pump. I knew you were gonna say space pump.
We're at the space pump. We're all together now. We're paying that tax. Apparently California's taxing gas now.
¿Regañaste, tío?
13 cents a gallon.
Good.
Pay for the highways that they have failed to upkeep.
Yeah.
Aquí en
Apparently.
familia.
Apparently, people are pissed.
I heard about it on the farm. Yeah, they were not thrilled about the premium they were going to be paying
Mira,
at the pump.
ajá.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where you pay.
Que te pongas celoso de puro
You pay at the pump.
I mean, maybe sooner or later you can pay online.
Yeah, there's definitely other payment methods. But ultimately, I think space travel and space exploration should be encouraged. It doesn't seem, maybe that's a bit of a pessimistic approach, but it doesn't seem that, given our current state, that we're going to figure out a way to solve this planetary,
Our
this
trajectory is,
forthcoming planetary crisis.
doesn't look promising.
The graphs don't look good.
I think it's definitely possible.
Oh, it's possible. I mean, again, I said that's a pessimistic approach, not the approach I would like to take.
Just the way we're moving is
Yeah,
not good.
stats don't lie.
Data don't lie.
Data do not lie.
Just don't lie.
A lot of things don't lie, but there's also a lot of liars.
A lot of liars.
A lot of outliers.
Big time.
Okay, but now we're just being cheeky. But yeah, no, I don't think that.
Okay, but let's like. So the main concern that I've heard is that like there's so many problems here. It's like, why are we so concerned about Saturn's rings and figuring out their carbon content and this and that? Like, maybe we should be addressing
Needs at home.
homelessness in our communities,
Yeah,
prisons, and some of the other stuff we talked about. Like,
heavy stuff.
there are a lot of issues.
Oh yeah, systemic issues. Money can always be put in another person, in another person's pockets who might need it more.
We can always
Allá nos
redistribute.
vemos.
You can get the idea of greater good. You can talk about like, oh, maybe if we find another planet, it would be worth all the money that we had put in. But I mean, what are the goals? What are we trying to?
Ahí me va a tocar,
Or we're
y
just
me va a
spending
tocar
money
también
because
Día de Muertos, y me va a
exploration
tocar
is good.
Navidad, si Dios quiere. Y Año
Which I
Nuevo.
think it is inherently to explore. I think that's a positive thing.
Ahí vamos a estar pronto, tío. Te quiero un chingo, viejo
Usually-
chulo.
Issues arise with taking ownership.
Ya vas,
It's like, oh,
gusto verte.
I'm the first one here. Except there's other people already here.
But we don't have to recognize.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, what are we gonna do once we find?
we find a nice another Earth, but there's people there.
Residents.
There's residents. Are we gonna Columbus them? 'Cause that's not another history we want to write. Like we always attribute that to, poor intellect essentially, and like not an understanding of human rights.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like those aren't good people, even though we have a day for him where everyone takes off work.
Less and less people now. They're trading MLK Day for Columbus, or
I mean, I support that. I'd rather give the day to MLK.
yeah, he's getting a little less respect.
A little less play.
Yeah.
That's good, as he should.
Yeah, he's a mixed. Like, what real good did he? Like, he discovered.
Well, it's not just. It's not the discovery. It's about like where we are now. Like, could we be where we are now without Columbus?
Qué tiempos tan increíbles, ¿eh?
Maybe there'd be another guy, Amsterdam. would come, a couple of 100 years later.
And
he'd settle.
Is he a guy?
No, I'm just making up a name.
Yeah.
Columbus, Amsterdam. Yeah, there we go.
Broadway.
Yeah, okay.
Broadway, Upper West.
You picked up what I put down. It's hard to know. It seems like it inherently has gone wrong for this planet. And just people exploit people. People steal each other's bikes. You hate to see it. But as a whole, it's nice that all the inhabitable parts of the world are inhabitable, especially for the amount of people we have now. A growing population. You can imagine if we only had the old world. Granted, we wouldn't have the population. We have population. Everything works together. But
Yep.
you get the zip and you get the zap.
I think exploration is good, but
How about the ocean exploration, though?
Ocean,
Go low.
let's floors below.
Floors below. Spent a lot of time with our head in the clouds there.
Let's put our feet on the ground, maybe our head in the water.
Get our feet wet a little bit.
As Dave Anderson, I used to take swim classes at Columbia University.
Yeah, what did he say?
He was older gentleman,
As they usually are.
and I was just not quite ready to put my head in the water and swim at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even really do that. They kind of just walk.
Right. Yeah.
So when I was like, I don't really want to do that, and he was like, put your head in the water and swim. That didn't sit right with me at 9 years old. I was
unhappy about that.
Yeah, it was a short stint.
At the pool.
Definitely kept moving.
Didn't become the next Phelps. You were like, let's try biking.
Yeah, well, something else. But I honestly have no data on the ocean. But apparently it's like less explored than space. Like,
It makes sense.
So many species we don't know.
Oh,
At
so
the
much.
bottom.
You don't even have to go all the way to the bottom. As soon as the light stops, penetrating, it's crazy.
A whole new,
Amazing.
none of these rules apply.
Yeah. I like the music the guys play.
Yeah.
But, none of the rules apply. People we just have very little knowledge. We get subs down there with lights. It's up to the pressure.
Crazy.
It's just like space in the same way.
So exploration, down there,
Could
could be the answer to all our problems.
It's true.
Some kind of material
Some
super
metal,
strong,
right? Some alloy,
something fantastic.
Yeah. But should we be poking around?
Well,
just gotta poke around.
Poking around is fine, but once you poke enough holes and leave them and tear them open,
something comes out, maybe.
We have some bad history with that.
We have a lot of bad history with that. So it's frequent, very frequent.
So it depends what attitude we're bringing to this exploration. Is it for science and understanding and to build greater things? For example, NASA.
You want a conscious approach.
Very conscious. NASA gave us technology like GPS and weather forecasting. That's huge.
Huge.
I can dress appropriately and not have to use part of my brain to read a map, which is sad.
In some ways.
Kids don't know anything about maps these days.
North, west, south, east.
No idea.
Which way is north?
Just ask Siri. So, I think, but the technologies are indubitably useful.
Indubitably?
SAT word.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Rose right there, 9th grade English. Definitely had some beef with her.
Okay, a lot of beef. A lot of beef is coming up, especially for the former plant-based.
Yeah. But you gotta get my beef somehow.
You gotta get the beef somehow. Drake can push it to you. Can't, not doing it for you.
No, but indubitably useful technology, and I think
got a lot from it.
The military too. We can say what we will about warfare and
military spending.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that maybe next time.
Oh yeah, future topic.
Yeah, but we've gotten great technology.
Yeah, I mean they've done unbelievable, and there's a reason we feel so safe now. It's because we've invested so much and discovered so much and innovated exactly.
So if you're gonna
improved drastically.
Yeah, you can't use the technologies they give us and then criticize their existence.
Blame them for it. Well, a lot of times Gary Vaynerchuk has a nice thing. He was talking about more of social media, but he was like technology is a mirror. just a reflection of like our capacities, like what we've achieved and things like that. Never wants to blame something, point the finger, but really just looking back at us.
Yeah, it's a reflection of our values and our
achievements and everything, our money,
science
capital,
and our-
what we've put, what we've created.
Yeah.
And greatness can come from it. More greatness can come from it. And wretched things can come from it. Like that. Caught on camera.
Caught on camera, no less.
So we'll see what happens with that. Legislation's still out. Looking grim.
Legislation or the jury, or both.
The
Jury's out to lunch.
The whole court system
Doesn't look
they
good.
don't have enough judges.
No, but it wasn't just your bike. It was all the bikes.
A lot of the bikes were hit.
Either
Multiple
if not
bikes.
stolen, their locks were damaged, and
Scuffed up. People were missing parts.
frames,
seats.
wheels, tops and bottoms.
The whole 9 yards.
So wrong.
Yeah. Someone just came in there and just looted. It was real loot. They looted.
For all it had.
There was a lot of booty, and they looted it.
California.
Pirates, baby.
California booty.
And they looted it. They looted my booty.
It's recoverable though. Recording, and there's like a timer. And is the red button on?
Yes,
We're live?
we're live. We are live. We're back.
It's low-key live. We're gonna try to do this in like 10, 8, 9 minutes because we don't want the camera. The camera's a little funky.
It's a little wonky.
It like cuts off after 20 minutes, but that's like a soft 20 minutes. So.
Okay.
Anyway,
let's rock.
let's jump into it. So we got our guest, Josue from Chico. Welcome. This is 501. It's our little video podcast here in Chico, California. You're from
Episode
Chico?
3.
You're
I'm from
here?
Chico, yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Just walking in the park and
Yeah, I'm just here with my fiance. Beautiful day, so we just thought we'd hang out, and you caught us.
yeah, we just scooped
We
you
really
right out.
got. We really got it.
We really, But
Talking about
that was
exploration
fun.
in the previous
and here we go.
previous topic, we explored.
We've
already.
hearkened and we found. Seek and you shall find. So, Josue, we're
Absolutely.
talking about sleep.
Awesome.
Okay.
Ruben, take it
So
away.
yeah, so sleep is pretty controversial. It's definitely essential, but a lot of people feel that they don't need the sort of the recommended 7 to 9 hours.
Do what they want.
Do what they want. All these, there's people. I listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast, another great podcaster, good friend of ours, and he had Matthew Walker on, who's a professor at UC Berkeley, and he does research on sleep, and I think he's a psych professor, professor of neuroscience and psychology. Yes, I was right. And yeah, no, he gave a lot of data about the problems with not getting the appropriate 7 to 9. And even though, Joe mentioned that, there's people who say they can get 6 and they wake up, they feel fine. Like,
Do it live.
his statistic on that was the number of people who can survive on 6 hours of sleep or less without showing any impairment, rounded to a whole number and expressed as a percent of the population, is 0. that was the response. Whoa! I mean, it's definitely well phrased, but the power is there. It's affecting you. It's affecting you later on in life. Higher percentage of people who don't get enough sleep, develop Alzheimer's, dementia. There's a lot of neuroscience that shows it's quite damaging for the older population as you age in the long run. How much sleep do you get?
I actually hate sleeping, to tell you the truth. Like
Whoa.
if I didn't have to sleep, I wouldn't. Like
Really?
I mean, I get that you have to survive, to be healthy, but I just find it as a waste of time. Like, I don't know what the statistic is, but like, I think you spend half of your life sleeping.
Yeah.
And or like
Like
almost
a third,
half.
You're supposed to spend
Yeah,
like
something
8 hours
like
a
that.
day. So
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah,
third.
and I just like, man, I could be doing literally anything else.
Yeah.
And so I don't like it. I have to. I think Monday through Friday I get about 6 hours. On weekends maybe 7, 8 because I can sleep in. But I mean, if I didn't have to, like, I already don't sleep 8 hours a week. 8 hours. I'm sorry, 8 hours a day.
Uh-huh.
But like, now that you're saying that it leads to Alzheimer's and
man.
dementia, then I mean that's worth noting.
No, it's a serious consideration. You definitely want to be getting proper sleep. It's there's that maxim. This came up on the Joe Rogan Experience too. The shorter your sleep, shorter your life.
Oh, wow.
That's you can sleep when you're dead. Like
That's
people
true.
say that.
Yeah, that's kind of like more where I'm at.
Yeah, you can sleep when dead.
Like,
Yeah.
what is that? Sleep is a cousin of death.
Sleep is a cousin of death.
But like again, like I'm not, what do you call it, unreasonable. Like I understand that there's like a health need for it. Especially like when it comes to memory. Like if you don't sleep, I know that like, like there's been instances where I get like 3 hours of sleep and I just cannot function. Like I can't think, I can't do like homework, I can't do work, nothing. It's just I can just be awake and hold like a simple conversation, but nothing like I can't do anything serious.
Matthew Walker,
501 or anything.
Yeah.
You need at least 6 for that.
At least 6 for that.
Right.
Hopefully 7.
Big time.
I mean, Matthew Walker, this professor, said that about just wakefulness. It was like low-level brain damage. Like we're essentially damaged, like just by being awake, and then sleep is the antidote to that. Sleep is how we heal, and if you don't get enough of that healing time, then all of this, exercise, quote unquote, or damage it's more damaging, and
Doesn't
will
actually
show.
get replenished.
Right, and it will show.
Like there are tons of things happening. Like you're dreaming, which is your subconscious taking the helm. They should get some play.
Right.
You're less plastic with less sleep. So the more you sleep, the more you're ready to like learn and like soak
that I
things
agree
up.
with. And then your attitude also, I think, like you're less cranky.
Yeah, your mood. No,
Your mood,
emotions.
yeah.
Emotions are very much tied to the amount of sleep you get.
Absolutely.
Your ability to regulate them drastically changes on. And the surprising thing about this is how quickly it falls off. Like 7 is really the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
You gotta get 7. You really
if you're not
gotta
getting 7.
It's gonna be it's a lot of problems. You're gonna have problems with everything. Everything that you want to improve with yourself will have issues.
They're tennis players. They come back better the next day than when they left the previous day.
Really?
The only reason, or whatever, piano, like
Everything.
they've done these studies, and you come back knowing the piece better the next day because you slept on it, and your brain did the subconscious was doing what it had to do.
Right.
As a part of the formula.
Oh.
That's what we
7 to
hear.
9 hours.
Gosh, like that.
7 to 9, man.
I mean, I guess it took this, right?
There we go.
Yeah, right?
Pull you off your park bench. Are you sleeping?
Look at that. Are you sleeping up?
Yeah, because
Take a nap.
honestly, for me, 6 hours, I feel like I'm happy. I get through my day and I can function well. But yeah, I mean, you're saying 7 is bare minimum.
7 to
7
9.
to 9
7 to 9 is what we
Because
want.
9, I don't even know
9's
if
a
I
lot.
can physically do it.
9's a lot. 9 don't jump from 6 to 9.
Right.
I mean, that's gonna be, you're gonna throw your body into flux. But
Right.
I would try 7, 6 and a half.
Make the time available at least, and then your body will adjust to that.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe to get into the habit of it.
Yeah, because I was in the same boat
That's
as you. I
true,
was just
that's
in
true.
college. I just graduated, and everyone's like, "Yeah, I got 5 hours. Oh, I got 4.5."
Right.
It's a competition, and I was like, "All right, let me play.
I got 2,
Let me
man.
see what I can do."
I go to the library all night.
Yeah. So, and I was like functioning and this and that, but you're not really a great judge of your long-term experience.
Yeah.
Really. When you're like, all right, I feel good, but hey, maybe you could actually be better.
Right. That's a good point.
And maybe you just feel good because you 3 cups of coffee in the morning. It's
Sure.
like, woo, let's go.
Anyone would be ready.
Doing that every day, you're short-circuiting your brain. It's just
Right.
damage.
And then sure, you might feel good in the morning,
Oh,
when
the
you wake
crash.
up, and then the crash definitely comes a little later in the afternoon.
Totally.
Around 2, 3 o'clock, I'm like,
But that's natural.
That morning
That's
muffin, yeah.
Part of your circadian rhythm is a little slowdown in the afternoon.
Really?
Like a lot of
Oh,
cultures have that
interesting.
worked in with the siesta or whatever.
Right.
But if you're
Longer.
fighting that, you're fighting a natural part. So that's okay, I think. It's
Yeah.
just your efficiency. You're not sleeping because you want that time, right?
Well, at this point, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to getting any more than 6. Like I said, on weekends, that's when I'll get in. For example, I think last night I got about 8.
That's
Yeah,
great.
but
That's great.
that's again on weekends because
Right.
I can sleep in until maybe about 10.
Right.
And I think I feel pretty good. But I sort of there's days where at 6 hours I just feel perfect. I feel perfectly well. But I mean, maybe it's not a bad idea to just get into the habit of getting an extra hour. You know, maybe not 8 or 9, but 7. I think that's reasonable. Especially if it can make a difference in my health later down the road. Maybe that's a good investment.
Oh, definitely a good investment, and it will make a difference immediately. I think you'll notice it immediately, but the long-term effects. For sure.
And I think that's what it is.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of yourself, folks.
What about napping? Any thoughts on
napping? So is napping. I'll definitely show you this podcast off camera, and you can
backstage.
I don't want to give him too many plugs over here because he's already a pretty successful podcaster.
Yeah, he's not giving us too many plugs.
Yeah, he's not giving us too many shout outs. But yeah, no, napping can help a bit, but it won't help as much as you may think. And similarly with sleeping in on the weekends, like you will recover some of what you've lost, but what you've lost for the most part. For the most part, yeah. And the effect and the toll on your body have already happened.
Oh wow. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good to know. Again, good intervention.
Listen, there's always we can always improve. We can always improve.
Right
but it's interesting that that is not common knowledge, right?
Right.
These are things we should really be taught and know.
Thinking about.
Right. Yeah. I think you just good points.
He talked about it also in terms of doctors. How much sleep are they getting? Are they getting enough sleep? And he looked, he looked at statistics in terms of errors made during surgery, much more common after lunch. Doctors
really?
Because the doctors are tired. They're fresher in the morning. Even though in the morning you'd think they'd be groggy, but it's after they have the coffee and they warm up a little bit. When you'd much rather book a morning surgery. You don't want a doctor at the end of his shift, at the end of the day, tired at 4.
Right.
But
he's
they have long
not
shifts.
functioning.
It's not just an 8-hour
Right.
shift.
It's true.
That's 24 hours or
true. They're on all
Isn't there even instances where doctors or nurses actually sleep at the hospital? They have little sleeping rooms.
Certainly,
they're kind of on call, so I don't think they get much sleep either. I mean, I don't know.
No,
I'm not looking
that's one of the problems.
any statistics or
No,
numbers
certainly,
but
absolutely.
That's kind of what I've heard.
No, that's one of the problems is that they we're not placing enough value in it.
Mm-hmm.
At med school, they're not being taught the importance enough of sleep.
Right.
And it's it's showing with the people who are taking care of us shouldn't be getting 2 hours sleeping.
Right. Seems kind of intuitive, right? That the people that are supposed to watch out for your health doesn't really do that themselves.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Or doctors that smoke. You know what I mean? It's that oxymoron. Wait, what?
Absolutely.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Absolutely. My grandfather was a physician and he died of diabetes. So he didn't take care of himself.
Oh, see. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. It's not that uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's a good point.
For sleep, I had no idea. I was so proud of myself. I operated 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
Golden.
Well, I think when you're younger,
totally.
I'm 31 now, but when I was 18, 19, I feel I didn't need a whole lot of sleep and I could get through my day no problem. And when I was in college, again, I think 4 or 5 hours, and I was, in my opinion, solid.
Yeah.
Now 4 hours, I can feel it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's yeah.
Yeesh.
4 hours. That one.
Yeah, that's.
That's.
I've always I've always been a sleeper. I like to snooze.
Yeah.
Not hit the snooze button, but definitely I need.
I
always felt I needed 7, 8.
Really, you knew that all along.
No, I don't think I ever got I never was I mean, there was nights where I would stay up late.
Right.
I would stay up late, but then I would sleep in. I wasn't gonna wake up early if I didn't stay up late.
Burning the candlelight.
Yeah, I made sure to earn back those early morning hours in the early afternoon.
Put them back in the bank.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that wasn't the best for my body either, because that's not a good rhythm.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, that's really interesting stuff.
Yeah, we change as we get older, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And the sleep and the effect on the body, the wear. Start thinking about the long term a little more when you're not so little.
Yeah, and I think that's when you again for me, that's when I guess now I'm starting to realize that I'm not gonna live forever, and I'm not gonna have that 20-year-old body or ability to recover. So now I'm gonna have to really start taking care of myself, and that also goes for exercise and like you said, sleep.
Totally. Sleep.
So that's really worth noting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Cool. Any
Excellent.
closing thoughts?
Any
from
closing thoughts?
anyone?
Yeah. No, I mean I'm satiated.
No, it was again like really informational, and gosh, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah,
thanks so
totally,
much.
dude. I'm very
It
happy.
was
It's
fun.
Huge
it's
for our
very-
program.
yeah.
Our followers will love it.
All 20 people.
Yeah.
Hey, well, that's
That'd
how
be
it starts, right?
Yeah, it's true.
You gotta start
You
somewhere.
gotta start somewhere. We're proud.
Right.
We're proud.
It's better than not starting at all, so that's excellent.
That's right.
Preach.
Chico. Episode 3 in the books.
2K18.
Ira. Always a pleasure. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
thanks
that's
for
right.
having me. All right, thank
Pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Hope
Thanks
we didn't
for
ruin
having
your day in the park.
me. No, not at all. It was fun.
Yeah, okay, great.
We're
Yeah,
gonna can I get your
maybe,
number and then we'll
yeah.
send you the link.
We'll
Yeah,
send you the
sure.
link when it's
It's,
on
uh,
YouTube.
Yeah, please. It's
Shoot it over
perfect.
here.
Sounds good.
Cool.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Appreciate
Ari,
it.
thanks for supporting from the sidelines.
Make sure to get.
Yep, very nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Make
I'll
sure to
check
get
it
some
out.
sleep.
Yeah, spread the gospel.
Spread the gospel of sleep.
Let
my
your friends
friend.
know about sleep.